Long before time was measured by the clock, it was measured by the turn of the seasons and the sweeping of the tides. Long before the haze of industrialization hung stagnant in the sky, the air was crisp, the water clean, and life abundant. Long before today, people didn't just live on the land, they lived with the land. The silent earth spoke, sharing wisdom and strength with those who respected it. In North America, these people of the land, these Native Americans, knew the secrets and recognized the fortitude of this vast continent. Surrounded by lush fields and rich forests, the land provided all they needed, and they were grateful. They listened to the whispers of nature, and through the lessons passed by song, ceremony, and story, from generation to generation, they learned that something small and seemingly insignificant could in fact provide the power and protection that even the tallest oak could never rival. Among those things seemingly insignificant was a small, unassuming, dark-skinned berry, with flesh the color of midnight and a flavor sharp and intense. The berry had a mysterious beauty and legendary presence among those who were first to call this land home. Across the continent, from the plains to the mountains to the damp forests, it was recognized as a life-giving and life-sustaining fruit. This berry was not only part of the natural landscape, this berry was part of life itself, and it was named Aronia. Native to North America, the Aronia plant was resilient and hardy, able to survive the harshest conditions. Bearing fruit year after year, it was able to continuously provide for the people who relied upon it. The Aronia berry was eaten fresh in early autumn, was dried to help survive the winter, and was mixed with meat and grain to sustain the people as the seasons passed. Aronia was celebrated in dance, was revered in story, and held a sacred place in the ancient rituals of those who knew this land first, who knew this land best. The Aronia, above any fruit, was the protector of life. Sadly, though the berry was resilient, it could not battle time. The seasons turned, the tides swept away, and as a new population spread across North America, knowledge and appreciation of the Aronia berry was lost. These new people knew nothing of the value of Aronia. They had not heard the stories. They had not experienced its protective powers. They would walk past it growing in the fields and see nothing more than a weed. And as these people preferred a sweeter taste, the sharp, intense flavor of the Aronia was an insult to their palate. They found it so distasteful, they named the Aronia the chokeberry. Replaced by less powerful though tastier fruit, the Aronia was left unharvested and uneaten. After centuries of respect and honor, the Aronia had become as insignificant as it appeared, nothing more than a small, dark-skinned berry. Many seasons passed, centuries where the Aronia was undistinguished and rarely noticed. Then, gradually, small quantities of the Aronia berry found their way to Eastern Europe. The farmers of Eastern Europe during the Cold War were often forced to surrender their crops to the government. The farmers were desperate to feed their families and turned to unexpected sources for survival. One of these sources was none other than the forgotten Aronia. Unassuming in appearance and resilient in harsh circumstances, the farmers soon recognized that the Aronia berry could grow nearly anywhere in anonymity. They began planting the Aronia in ditches, and when asked by the government officials, described the berry as a mere weed. The power of the Aronia protected the farmers and their families, keeping them safe, keeping them healthy, and offering the warmth of hope in a cold time. As its popularity grew in Europe, Aronia soon began to appear in jams, jellies, and wine, used as a colorant because of its deep purple hue. And when Western scientists recently rediscovered the power of botanicals, they became curious, and the question had to be asked, what secrets could the Aronia be hiding? Their analysis revealed what native North Americans had known instinctively all along. The Aronia berry is unlike any other, with capabilities far beyond that of sweeter, seemingly more exotic fruit. The truly unique treasure of this berry lies in its dark skin and the bitter taste that was once scorned. The pigments that stain it so deeply contain a powerful chemical compound called anthocyanins. The astringent taste is a result of an extremely concentrated amount of another natural compound called proanthocyanidins. It is these two phytonutrient compounds that make the Aronia a true gift of nature. Scientists also noted the incredible antioxidant capacities of this small berry. As the effects of industrialization continue to stain our water and pollute our skies, our environment has become increasingly more hostile, and diets high in antioxidants have been strongly encouraged by experts. The phytochemicals of the dark skin and the bitter flesh serve as protection for a healthy liver, help to support muscle performance, and also promote healthy cardiovascular and gastric functions. No other fruit or berry can offer the human body such thorough protection as Aronia. Unfortunately, not even scientific discovery could change the fact that people didn't like the berry's intensely tart flavor and therefore wouldn't eat it. Until the flavor could be improved without cooking away its nutrients or covering it with unhealthy sweeteners, the potential of the Aronia would never be truly realized. In early 2007, after decades of being told in vain, the story of the Aronia finally fell upon the ears of those who were eager to listen. After hearing the story, the team at Aronia International knew that the time had come for this berry to get the recognition it deserved. After much research and careful formulation, Aronia, working hand in hand with experts in whole food nutrition, took this dark-skinned berry out of the background and made it the centerpiece for the most powerful juice yet. Not only is it the only juice of its kind to put Aronia in the forefront, it combines Aronia with other powerhouse botanicals: blueberry, blackcurrant, acai, mangosteen, agave, noni, pomegranate, guava, mango, goji, and aloe vera. This exquisite parade of fruit, with Aronia in the spotlight, is a functional health beverage that Aronia is proud to call exclusively its own. To honor those who first knew its power, this original Aronia Juice blend is named for a significant spiritual presence in Iroquois mythology. They named their juice Okai. Across the country, ounce by ounce, bottle by bottle, one by one, people are drinking the deep purple juice, savoring the flavor, reaping the benefits, and celebrating the rediscovery of an ancient miracle. For centuries, like a treasure buried right before our very eyes, no one knew of the power of Aronia. Now that treasure shines as brilliantly as diamonds in the sun, as the Aronia berry makes its global debut in Okai. It is finally time for the Aronia to return to its rightful place. Long before time was measured by the clock, it was measured by the turn of the seasons and the sweeping of the tides. Long before today, people didn't just live on the land, they lived with the land. The silent earth spoke, and among those secrets of the earth was a small, unassuming, dark-skinned berry, with flesh the color of midnight and a flavor sharp and intense. The berry had a mysterious beauty and legendary presence. This berry was not only part of the natural landscape, this berry was a miracle of life itself, and it was named Aronia.